Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Alice May and today I have for you my March favourites and I'm very excited because there's lots of lovely things. So it's a bit of a mismatch of everything. There's some books here, there's some makeup stuff, some sewing things, some non-sewing ready to wear things because I like to buy both. So what shall I start with? I am going to start with the beauty stuff. So I recently discovered Glossier as a brand, and I know like that's not rocket science or anything like that. They've been around for a little while, but basically their thing is your face but just a little bit more polished kind of look is how I'd describe it. So it's not all about like loads of makeup going on. It's very much about that natural look, which, let's be real, takes just as long as putting on a full face of makeup. So really, I mean, it's still all marketing. But I have two products that I've really been loving. The first is the Stretch Concealer. Now this I have in the shade G11. They recently launched a extended range of shades. So they did originally only have 5, but then I think they might now have like 12 or 15. But they're all, like, they do light, medium, I think they say deep and dark, and then within those shade ranges then there's 3 in each range, which are a cool toned one, a neutral one and a warm tone one. I went for the neutral one because I can never ever work out if I'm cool or neutral or whatever toned, so I just went for this one and it seems to be alright. So this is the lightest shade but with the neutral base to it. It's got quite a like glossy consistency, as the name suggests. It is called Glossier, so you do have to set it with powder, otherwise you do end up looking quite shiny. But it's really good. It's not really high coverage, but it's that kind of coverage where it just looks like you've had a little bit extra sleep, less like you've been kept awake by the noise of London. The noise of London just demonstrated there with a load of car horns. The other product I've been loving is the Boy Brow. So this is upside down. There we go. So I also got this in shade, oh not shade light, shade blonde. And it is what I'm wearing today. I did this brow fairly well, and this brow I screwed up a little bit because I went to do something else halfway through doing it, which is not something you can do with this product. It has a little wand. So I haven't used anything like this before, but it's got a little wand like this. It's kind of like a little mascara wand almost. And you just brush it through your brow, and then you kind of brush it up, and it has tiny little fibres in it, or maybe that's just my hair. No, I think it does have little fibres in it to kind of like give your brow more oomph. I hope it's not just my hair because that's kind of gross really. But I've really been loving this because it's really quick to use. You do have to use it all in one go because it does set, but it lasts all day. For Glossier I actually have a £10 off your first order code, which I shall also link below if you would like to make a purchase. And then the third beauty thing is this, which I got at an event that ASOS did. It's the Recharge face mask by Clarins. So ASOS do events that you can sign up for on like Eventbrite or any events website like that, and it's free and you get little samples of things. So this is one of the samples I got there, and the guy said to me, use this when you're hungover and then have a sleep and then your face will look better in the morning. And he's right, really. That's basically what I do. If I've had a little bit of a heavy weekend or weekday occasionally, then I just slap this on that evening, like the evening after I've been out, and in the morning then I look a lot healthier. So on to sewing things. I have been loving my overlocker. I got this for Christmas and I didn't use it for ages because I didn't buy any overlocker thread and I was a bit like nervous to set it up and all that, but I don't know what the issue was. Like, the instructions were really clear on how to set it up, I just was putting it off. I'm not confident enough to go straight in with the overlocker yet, but I do use it after I've used my normal sewing machine to finish off any seams, and I just love how professional it looks. I haven't got it completely nailed down. It does sometimes go a little bit skew for like some bits I haven't got the tension right, but I've just really been loving having that little professional extra to what I've been making. And what I have been making is the nest skirt by Tilly and the Buttons. Now I have not finished this. This is just kind of how far I've got, and I've done a bit on the front as well. I haven't put the yoke on yet, but I really love it. It's one of those patterns that when it was released I was like, ugh, that's just so bland. But then I've been seeing some really nice ones on Instagram. Nikki from Hello Yellow Club was actually the one that her version made me really want to make one. Anyone and everything that I mentioned, by the way, will be in the links below, so you can go and follow them along. So I haven't finished it, but I've been really enjoying making it and making it really look really nice. Like the insides of the pockets are, I'm using a contrasting thread because I don't actually have the matching one, but it doesn't really matter, I quite like it. The insides of the pockets have, you overlock it and then you turn it over and you actually you sew around the pockets, around the seam allowance before you fold it over, because it makes it a little bit easier to get the straight lines. And just like little extras like that, I mean, you put pockets on the Clio, but you don't do anything that's like, you literally just put them on. You don't finish them at all. But I just really love that they've managed to make, to really put those little extras into the pattern. And I think this will be the pattern which is going to set me up for making jeans maybe someday. The other thing I've been loving is wearing my Edie top, which you saw in my makes video. So this is just a 3/4 length top, which I still haven't finished these sleeves. Don't really care, I quite like how it looks with the overlocking. And then I never wear it tucked in. Didn't realise how unfinished it was before I put it on this video. At some point I will do the sleeves. But I just really love wearing it. It's been a revelation to me because I always wear t-shirt and jeans when you just kind of want to look a little bit put together. You wear t-shirt, jeans, maybe a nice belt, do a little French tuck, but I've just been really loving wearing it instead of wearing all the dresses, which kind of feel like a lot more effort sometimes because you have to wear tights, and I hate tights. They're horrible. They just fall down. They end up around your crotch, around your knees, which is not a good look. So I've been loving this. More t-shirts, please. Recommend me any of your favourite top patterns, please. Next I'm going to move on to books, and I have read, which one should I do first? I'm going to do this one first, which is An Edited Life by Anna Newton. So Anna is a blogger. Her thing is kind of organisation and that, which is basically stuff I get high off. And I've really been loving this book. Actually, I went to the book signing, so my one is signed. Ta-da! And then I just didn't read it for ages because it's quite big. It just was like, oh my god, all of this is about organisation. So it felt a bit daunting. But then I left my fiction book at work that I was reading, and I didn't over the weekend, and I didn't want to start another fiction book just in case they then never went back to the original. So I picked this up, took it on the tube, and I've been really enjoying it. I've just been dipping in and out, reading the odd thing, and yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. So my other book is, I think, possibly of all of my March favourites, this is my favouriteest favourite, which is definitely a word that an editor should use. It's this! Can you see? It's called The Flat Share. It's by Beth O'Leary. This is a proof copy. It is out in May 2019 and I was sent this by Hannah from Quercus. Her Instagram is Hannah is Sewing and I love it. It is so good. I've actually had to hold on to it for this video, but I'm going to take this and give it to one of my friends because I know she would love it too. It's in that kind of uplit genre, so it's, which kind of means, if you haven't come across it before, it's sort of women's fiction that is quite realistic, and it makes you feel like worthy, I guess. That's how it makes me feel anyway. It makes me realise that like it's not all about you. Other people have things going on in their lives too, and even if things look bad at first, then chances are they're going to work out alright in the end. Ah, the sound of London, all those sirens going past. This was definitely my favourite book I've read, I actually think, of the whole year. And I am going to be raving about this when it comes around publication date. So I will, as it is a proof copy, you can't order it at the moment, but I'll see if I can find a pre-order link and I'll leave it below. What else? Oh, what I'm wearing. So this t-shirt, it says Just Make Lemonade and it is from Daisy Street on ASOS. I have been loving, like I said, I've been loving t-shirts, but I love that style of t-shirt that I showed you, the Edie top, but I also love a good slogan t-shirt, which is actually something that I can't really do. I don't have a cry cut cutter, so I can't really do like vinyl or anything like that. It doesn't really look very good when you just do it with a scalpel. Well, because my hand is like this. But I've been loving finding some really nice basic t-shirts that I can wear with. I actually think this would look really, really sweet, my nest skirt. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, perfect. I don't know who I turned into just then. But I have been loving t-shirts like this and I think this is my favourite. And also I never ever wear yellow and I actually don't think it looks that bad with blonde hair now. It kind of, I mean, my hair's a bit of a mess today, which is why I've been touching it all the time, trying to make it look a little bit decent, because, like, you know, when the fringe keeps splitting and all that sort of thing. But, whatever. But yeah, I have been loving it so much. And then I've also been loving the jeans that I'm wearing. So they are these. Oh, I forgot that I was wearing my slippers. Reindeer slippers, yes, it is. So they have little holes in them. And they are from, oh god, where are they from? I think they're ASOS jeans, and they're actually in a size smaller than I would buy usually, but that means that they actually fit at the back. I mean, and then I just kind of stretch them out over the thighs to make them fit. These jeans, I actually bought them off a friend who was having a wardrobe clear out, and we've all been seeing the whole Marie Kondo thing going along, of people clearing out their wardrobes, and I really, really recommend you guys, if you see your friend talking about oh, I'm having a wardrobe clear out, then just drop a message and be like, hey, can I see what you're clearing out please, and maybe buy some things off you. If you like your friend's fashion, then why not have a rootle through their wardrobe and see what you can find that they're checking out. These little shoesies, I love them. These are from ASOS. I had a 20% off code for, and I really, really wanted some shoes that were going to go with, well, basically anything. So I really wanted, most of my shoes are black and I actually don't really wear black at all. So I really wanted something that was going to be flat shoes but with a little bit of heel because I find that more comfortable. I don't like dolly shoes, I wanted a strap, and I wanted something that was going to go with loads of my stuff, and these were definitely one of those things. One thing I need to do today, I've had the day off and I'm just filming in the morning before I meet my friend, I need to buy some hair clips because this is getting out of control. Like, this used to be a fringe. Not loving this. This is not one of my favourite things. I have been loving, like 6 years too late, but I've been loving watching Call the Midwife. I started it the other day because I wanted something that when my boyfriend's out I can just kind of switch on, I've got some background company. I really, really hate silence, so I just kind of switch on, and then if I'm doing my sewing or anything like that, then I've got something on in the background. I chose this because I've basically watched every single other thing on Netflix. Shout out to Isn't It Romantic with Rebel Wilson in, that I mentioned in my blog post earlier this month. I shall link it below. I have been really enjoying it, and it makes me really happy to know that I've got 6 seasons of it to get through. So, I mean, that's going to take me realistically probably not that long because I'll probably binge watch it, but I've got something that I can just stick on and watch for ages. Another thing I've been loving watching is The Great British Bake Off. I've watched the first 2 episodes so far and they are hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Russell Brand's vagina cake was possibly the best thing I've ever seen. If you haven't watched it yet, I really encourage you to. It is for a great cause, and I will leave the link to Stand Up to Cancer below if you would also like to donate to there. And the last thing on my list is music. So I loved Maren Morris's previous album, which was called Rich, I think? Yeah, it's called Rich. I always listen on Spotify and I never remember what the album titles are. But I loved her last album. It was really like upbeat. She's a country singer, but it's kind of that, I don't want to say Taylor Swift because she doesn't sound like Taylor Swift, but you know, that country with a little bit of a pop vibe. She just has the funniest lyrics, like, oh, what are some of her lyrics? Oh, if I had a dime for every time you lied to me, I'd be sitting on a big ass pile of dimes. It's like, I mean, the lyrics aren't anything that's going to blow your mind, but it's just so funny. And they're so sing-alongable, and now she has just released her new album, which is called Girl. And side note, I love the bra she's wearing in her album shoot, and I definitely want to make one that's like that. But it's not quite as catchy as the last album yet, but I think that's possibly just because I haven't listened to it as much, so I don't know the song as much, so I don't like obviously sing along as much. But it is a really good album and I really love it, and if you haven't discovered her yet, then do go and have a listen. And that's it. I hope you have all had wonderful weekends. If you have any recommendations for me for things to watch or read, or any nice shoes actually, nice flat shoes, because now I've discovered those, I'm like, okay, I need some more pairs in my life, so I'm not just wearing those, I'm wearing them out. If you liked this video, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Just click the little button somewhere down here, I'm not sure where it is, as that would make me very happy. And I shall see you again soon. Bye bye.